Live from OTB Studios, welcome to the Morning Round.
All right there, Frisbee family. Thanks for tuning in to the OTB Podcast Network. I'm your host, Greggy Biscuits. This is the Morning Round podcast, part of Hey, it's a Disc Golf News podcast. And if that wasn't enough specificity, we've got Maria Oliva joining us this morning. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning, everyone.
Now, you've been traveling quite a bit. What is your location right now?
I am in Rowlett, Texas, at my house.
She's there in Rowlett. Now, you grew up in Rowlett?
Yeah, I grew up like around Garland. It's basically Dallas.
More like Dallas, like Metroplex.
Yeah, exactly. It's so big. So, but yeah, I've been in Rowlett for about 9 years now, so it's home.
Very good. And it's a good disc golf scene there in Texas, right? Dallas, Fort Worth has it going on. I got the Tree Love guys there holding it down.
Yep, Ideal. Yeah, we have a bunch of disc stores here and a bunch of courses too. I think there's like more than like 60 or 70 in the Metroplex. So like basically every 20 minutes there's just a course. And it's
You can find another course.
Yeah,
So
it's awesome.
that's good. You can get a lot of variety. You can see a lot of different throws.
Yeah.
And now you've been throwing for quite a while, right? Like you kind of got into it at a young age with your family, and then kind of came back to it and just caught the bug, fell in love. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I've been, and I didn't know this until literally like a couple months ago, because I just thought like I haven't been playing for that long. But yeah, I've been playing for 12 years. I started when I was pretty young, but I never, it was kind of like a once in a while thing that my family used to like all go out and play, and I didn't really like it that much. Like, hot in the Texas summer, like I hated bugs, I hated outside.
For sure.
It was not for me, but yeah, I think around high school I started to play a little more, and it was still not like serious. It was just kind of like whenever I felt like it. But yeah, I started taking it seriously about like 2 or 3 years ago.
And then I looked on the PDGA. It's like your first pro cash was a while back. Was it like 2015 or?
Yeah, it's either late
14
or
yeah.
But yeah, because so I was basically the only girl where I was for the longest time that played disc golf, and so every tournament I played, there weren't really, a lot of divisions. Like obviously you have intermediate, novice and all that stuff, but there were never girls in those divisions. And so I'm like, well, I might as well just play with people and
know where the competition is.
Yeah, exactly. And plus I always thought like, okay, well, if I'm going to win something, I'd like to win money, So I've been playing open pretty much like as soon as I started playing, or as soon as I got my PDGA number.
And then you had a familiarity with some of the pros, and you kind of been on the scene for a while. So kind of feels like maybe a natural step to do fully engaged. Now you did pretty much a full tour last year, right?
It wasn't a full tour because,
picked your spots.
Yeah, I picked, whatever tournaments I could get into and the ones I could feasibly like get to, because obviously my car is kind of like run down, so I couldn't just travel the country with it. Thank Haley, she's my bud, and she always offered rides anywhere, like to and from the airport, to other tournaments, all of that. But yeah, it wasn't a full tour. It was kind of just picking whatever tournaments I could get into and also like afford, because I was like just to make the next tournament, But yeah, this year will be my first year fully touring.
So yeah, because you got the van. Welcome to the van fam.
Yes,
exciting. I'm a little nervous too. This will be a debut tour for me as well, as we go out and sell with OTB on the road.
Very nerve-wracking.
So it's a lot. We'll talk more about van stuff as we go a little farther. But you kind of started off throwing Innova. You're still team champion. That's the same status as last year, or did that kind of change within the team champion distinction, or?
No. So I've been with Innova this is my 5th year on Innova. And For 4 years, I've just been on the base level sponsored team. So it's sponsored, crew, champion, then star.
Okay.
Yeah, I got moved up to champion for this season.
So at the other level, you were getting the 75 discs to sell.
Sponsored players, I believe, get 50 discs a year.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. But yeah, I got informed like a couple months ago that I think I'm the first player to ever get bumped up from sponsored to champion because I skipped crew.
Very cool.
Yeah.
We were excited to get some of those Maria Oliva AVR X3s. I happen to have the very last one. And it's going, shout out to Carl in Colorado. He's getting this beauty. Nice purple.
Purple
of course, it's not officially Purple Friday. I'm rocking my purple here on a Thirsty Thursday. But we always love the purple.
I actually have a purple.
There you go. What was that, green fracture? I think, in the foil. Yeah, gotta love that. So that's cool. So you got how you excited about the disc? You throw it a lot, right?
Yeah, I actually started throwing this because I saw Kona throw it so much. Like I used to throw it for backhands all the time because they have too much finesse with putters. I just would always blow by the basket with like floaty AVRs or whatever. And I started throwing this one because it doesn't have, well, it has glide, but it's so sticky it just kind of dies by the basket. This disc is what helped me get like a better forehand because I saw Kona have like these little touch forehand shots and I'm like, whoa, I love that.
Was she throwing the X3 on that Fountain Hill shot? Her big throw in last year? Maybe not.
I don't think so.
It's about that range, but yeah, it's a very dependable flight, reliable finish. Yeah.
But yeah, she threw that thing a lot. And so after seeing her a couple times, I'm like, okay, like I want to do that. And so yeah, it quickly became like my favorite approach putter. And yeah, I love the way they came out because I was really nervous because I've seen a lot of them be a little domey, which I don't really like. And all of the ones I've seen are really flat and just really nice. So I'm so stoked. They came out so nice.
Yeah, it definitely looks like a nice run. And you're going to be putting with Firefly still?
Yeah, Fireflies.
And when did you switch to that last year?
I switched to Fireflies. Not really sure. I think around October because my boyfriend and I were in Arizona and we played this Halloween doubles. Got merch and we went to the disc shack, got a bunch of new discs and just played around with those for a YouTube video. And I think I made like every putt that video.
So this is trying to tell me something.
Yeah, exactly. Plus they were like super pretty. Like I love the Nexus purple that they did with those. Like,
yeah, it's a really nice feeling plastic, and I bet it breaks in nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's jump back a little bit more. Let's find out a little bit more about Maria. I'll ask you the same question I asked Connor last week. When is the last time you dunked?
Never, not once.
Did you come from a previous sports background before kind of getting into disc golf, or?
So I am literally the least athletic person you'll ever meet in your life. Like,
I don't know. I know some pretty unathletic people.
I'm telling you right now, I don't know how I got to where I am right now, but yeah, no, I was always the artsy fartsy kid. Outdoors, didn't like exercising, like none of it. Just sat in my room and drew whatever. I did start running in high school, so I did track and I did cross country, and I really liked those. But I
helpful for disc golf, cardiovascular.
Yeah, exactly. But then I quickly realized I have really bad knees, and so I had to stop that because it hurt way too much. But yeah, other than that, no, not athletic. I can't even throw a ball correctly, so it's a shock to me that I can throw frisbee.
Well, hey, practice makes perfect, and you throw the disc pretty well, so we can focus on that for the time being, right?
Yeah, I'll dunk.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we'll have the hoop set up for OTB Open, so.
Oh God.
We'll have to have a dunk competition back there. Awesome. Okay, so now you're going on the road. This is a little different again than last year. How are you in the morning? Are you a morning person? Not a morning person? Yeah, what happens when you're getting your day started?
I'm good to go as soon as I wake up. I'm a really heavy sleeper, so, like, if it's in the middle of the night and you try to wake me up, not really gonna happen. Like, you could
Mhm.
bounce on me, I'm just dead. But, yeah, as soon as like, wake up every morning around, like, 6:30. Now,
Mhm.
back to sleep, but, like, yeah, as soon as 6:30 hits, I'm like, "Okay, ready."
That's good. Up with the sun. That's good
Yeah.
for van life.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you learn in? Because I think maybe the only time I kind of interacted with you at all was at Masters Cup. You were at Masters Cup, and you were hanging out with Haley. So I
Yeah.
think we rode the shuttle
Oh,
in
yeah.
what have you learned from that experience? Again, so you had to kinda have the shared van vibe or like, "Oh, let me kinda, like, go to the situations," kinda not tag along, but, she was
Yeah.
helping you out, and so it made sense to stick together. What did
Yeah.
you pick up that's gonna help you with your preparation this year?
Um, Honestly, I didn't pick up much. We both, were kinda sporadic last year, like, we didn't really have much of a schedule, like,
Mhm,
with practice or, like, meals-wise, and so,
mhm,
both of us are very excited to have our vans this year because we'll be able to have, like, you know, eating schedules and
mhm,
goals because yeah, and it was very nice touring with her because we're very similar. We like
mhm,
doing things and like we have similar waking up schedule too, which is always nice. We both are
mhm.
there's but yeah, it was super nice touring with Haley and I'm sure we'll be together pretty much all year this year too. But it'll definitely be nice to have our own little homes while we're together as well.
Yeah, it's because again, it is tight quarters. It's
Yeah.
hard to imagine how some of these folks do it with 2 people or even with an animal
Yeah.
sometimes, it's exciting stuff. Hogan, obviously, he should have his own trailer at this
And
point, we should get him hooked up.
this boy.
And then, yeah, you'll like you said, you'll kinda have your little van community, and
Mhm.
it's really cool how that's worked out. Everyone is in this sort of communal mindset of being helpful,
Yeah.
supportive of each other, and you
Mhm.
kinda fall in with your little clique, right?
Yeah, 'cause there's so many you're bound to find, your people. And
Mhm,
luckily, I found my people last year. I hung out a lot with, Brian Earhart and Lindsay,
mhm.
Haley. There's my buds, and luckily, they're all gonna be on the road with me, so that'll be really fun.
It's gonna be a party. It has
I
that festival feel, right? What's the drink of choice in the morning? Coffee person?
um, I don't really drink anything. I'm not like a coffee to stay awake person.
Mhm.
I, like, grew up on coffee, like, they put it in my bottle when I was little.
Okay, so you started a little early.
Yeah, I started real well, because in Guatemala, that's like coffee's like it's like tea in England, basically. You have it like
Mhm,
breakfast, dinner. It's like a little
mhm.
snack. And so I drink more coffee at night, which is
Okay.
but I'm more of like I like it for the taste. I don't like it to like
Get
wake.
the energy.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and you bring up Guatemala, let's talk about that. When did you move to the States?
I got here when I was 5,
Okay.
so a long time ago.
So,
For like
a long time.
20
A
years,
and are you been
almost.
able to go back and visit at all or get back
No,
periodically?
uh, I'm not a citizen here. I'm just a legal resident.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So, so you're just here, you're working, making it happen.
Yep.
It's exciting to think about the growth of disc golf though all over, and we've seen like Paul take his foundation down to Mexico. Do you think that's a good area of growth, Central America?
I was so stoked to see him do that because, like, for one, disc golf is already like such an affordable sport. Like, you
Mhm.
literally only need one disc, and that's it.
Right.
You need a
Yeah.
bag, you need any more discs, like nothing. You need one disc, and you can go have fun. And so, for countries like Mexico and also Guatemala, I was super stoked to see that. Like, it's a third world country, and so like a lot of people don't have the means to get their kids into sports. And so, like, I thought that was just a perfect idea because, like, everyone can afford, one disc. And so, yeah, I'm super stoked to see how it goes down there in those countries.
That's very exciting stuff. Yeah, it's like good coffee too, right?
Yeah,
It's like
really.
the real deal coffee. Okay, so let's get back to Texas. In Rowlett there, cotton capital. Dallas, obviously. I like to talk about gas stations here. Is it even fair to compare other gas stations to Buc-ee's?
No, no.
Right?
I've yet to go into a gas station that compares to Buc-ee's.
I felt it was like closer to Walmart than a gas station
We
because it
agree.
was like, what's this whole store? There's like a
Yeah.
whole store before I even get to any of the food or the normal gas station stuff.
Have you ever seen a gas station that just has like their own merch, like everything? You know what I'm
And
saying?
like a lot of merch, like
A
enough
lot.
merch to like basically decorate your entire house.
Oh yeah, you can dress your little babies up, your grandparents, like they have literally everything.
Wallpaper, you
Yeah.
know, lawn ornaments,
Mm-hmm.
all the important stuff you need to make a home.
Yeah, and Beaver
Okay,
Nuts.
so what's the second best gas station on the road after Buc-ee's?
Okay, so I have to do this for Haley. Quick Trip.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's my answer.
because we don't have those down here. And
Yeah, I found it in Missouri is where I was first familiarized with
yeah, I
Quick
think
Trip.
one I went to was when I was with her in Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
Because she loves Quick Trip and she's always talking about it. And I'm like, okay, let's see what this is about. But yeah, they had really nice stuff in there. I like the food. We got some, I think,
Double drink stations.
yeah, and the brownies were really good in there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you want to have a lot, and you want to have enough, but you don't want to have too much. And I feel like it's almost the perfect level.
Yeah, because Buc-ee's can be a little like intimidating. Like
Are they all just massive? I guess are there normal size Buc-ee's?
no, there's no normal size Buc-ee's. They're all like
Yeah,
smart Buc-ee's.
120 gas pumps.
Yeah,
Buc-ee's.
which is nice, if you're traveling, you're gonna find one. But
Yeah, if you see a line at the Buc-ee's, you might want to keep driving. I don't know,
yeah,
but maybe that's the last option, so you can't
yeah.
like the end of the world situation. So let's talk. How's the van looking? You've been working on it here for a couple of months. It's getting into crunch time. When do you actually? What's your first tournament going to be?
So I'm playing Vegas, but I'm flying to Vegas because it doesn't need to like drive to Vegas and then drive back to Texas to do the tournament.
For all the Texas stuff. Yeah.
So I won't really need my van until after the Texas tournaments. But yeah, it's not looking so good right now. Just life happens. My dad's been busy. I've been busy.
Weather has happened.
Yeah, exactly. But we have the floors in. We installed the solar panel and the 2 fans and a window. And so now it's time to do the electrical stuff, which is pretty intimidating. So that's kind of what we're.
I know. I saw Calvin was scratching his head in the middle of the night, so that doesn't exactly ring a lot of confidence, I would think.
I know. Right? Calvin's.
I decided to go with tap lights, and we're going to use the ice chest for a while and see how that works, and then we'll go from there.
Fortunately, decided to be a little bougie, so like I really need this electrical setup.
Did you go with any subway tile though? Because you have to keep up with the O'Reillys these days.
No,
they trick theirs out. I don't want to spoil any too much about is in the van.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing tile. I might do like a little backsplash action, like where the kitchen is.
Yeah, that's basically what they went with.
Okay.
Wow, that's cool. So the van's getting ready. It's coming together. We've covered some good stuff here. What are you looking most forward to? I know you said you like Northwoods Black. We want to get up to Vermont. What was your favorite course? I guess Northwoods Black was your favorite course last year.
Yeah, absolutely. It was that one and Sunset Hills. I think they played so well for FPO.
Mm-hmm.
I think it challenged everyone, and like the pars were just good. It was just a great time, and it was running really well. But the one I'm looking forward to like the most this year is getting back to Beaver State playing.
Oh right, yeah. Oregon. That's definitely on the old bucket list.
Oh yeah, that's a tournament that I like ever since I got there the first time. I was just like, oh my gosh, this place is magical. Mm-hmm. Like it might not be the best courses, but it's just like the property. It just has like a feel. It's awesome. It's great.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people have used that term exactly, where it just feels transformative when you're out there. And
and the blackness, you take a dip in there, you come out a new person. It's so cold.
Okay, we're gonna do the polar bear plunge.
Yeah, cold.
I am rocking.
I Yes.
First run, maybe? First
Yeah,
run.
winning.
Okay, that's the new model. You got to have your Maria Oliva socks.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tell us about, you got a few sponsors. Let's run through those as we kind of wrap things up here on the Morning Round podcast with Maria Oliva. T-Box socks for one.
Yep, T-Box socks. Obviously Innova, legit for my apparel. Oh my gosh, give me a second. Drive bags for my grip solution.
Disc Dot.
Disc Dot. Harpoon Larry, who I have some fundraiser discs with.
Yeah, tell us. I picked up a Maria Oliva Harpoon Larry Star Wraith.
Ooh.
Really enjoyed throwing that last year. What's the plan with Harpoon Larry this year? Any plans for a disc?
Yeah, so we already have a disc out, and I chose a Roadrunner this year because, so I obviously am a big fan of destroyers and wraiths, but that a lot of people don't throw those, especially women. I was trying to choose discs that would be kind of friendly towards everyone. Plus, like, I don't know a pro on Innova that doesn't throw a Roadrunner anyways, so it's just a good disc for all levels, and so that's why. And we chose a lot of lighter weights too for the people that like those. So I was just trying to make sure, like, I did runs of discs that everyone would enjoy. So that's why. Yeah.
Versatile throwers. And maybe we'll touch on that. We did have a question from Jessica in Charlottesville talking about getting into the game, new female player. Any advice or recommendations? You've talked about that a little bit. You kind of like, it's a male dominated sport, but definitely growing for women.
Yeah, it's definitely growing for women, but I think one of the biggest things I see when women get into the sport is they're a little intimidated by the men throwing so much further than they do, which is obviously natural. But I would say, like, don't get discouraged because, one, you're just starting out. You can't just throw 400 within a week of playing. So yeah, I would say my biggest thing is, like, don't get discouraged and always play with people that are better than you, because if you're the best in your group, who's going to challenge you?
Exactly. It's you want to get better, but you also want to have that comfort level of, like, making it still enjoyable and not sort of a burden to go out.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing just like the Facebook groups and those different ways of the normal disc golf social networking, the best ways.
Women are in your area, if there is any. I never had any, so I just had my group of friends that were dudes, and all open players. So I was just like, man, I need to
come on, dudes, play nice. Play nice, dudes.
Like, and so I think that's why I got so good as fast as I did, because I was like, well, I can't just be throwing like 20 feet every time, so I have to learn how to throw far, and I did.
And now you do.
And now I do.
All right, Maria, that was great. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to touch on or shout out before we sign off?
No, just support my tour and buy an AVR X3. That'd be really nice.
Get out there, people. They should be on the factory store website. That's over at Innova.com. This has been the OTB Podcast Network. I'm Greggy Biscuits. Thanks again, Maria. Good luck on the road. Safe travels. And we'll see you in Vegas.
Yeah, see you there. Thanks for having me.
Or I'll see you at Quick Trip. More likely.
Yeah, Quick Trip.
For sure. Okay, we're signing off. This has been Morning Round. Thanks, Stanley. And stay tuned for the next episode. We've got Leah Sinigini coming up tomorrow.